Welcome back to the Shaggy Shane Kansas City Chiefs post-game show. August 20th, 2022. We just witnessed the second preseason game. My guest to my left really needs no introduction, but ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Kansas City Chiefs freaks, worldwide of all ages, I'm going to give you one. He's the man who put the red and the tribe and the cinema all together. The one, the only, Clay Wendler. Clay, how in the hell are you doing this evening?
Doing great. We just watched a Chiefs victory, so that feels good right now.
It's very good to see a victory. It's very good. Clay, let's get right out to it. The Chiefs came out on their first drive, really didn't waste no time. Had a couple of third down catches. The big third down catch in the first drive was I believe it was the yards. What was it? A 38-yard catch. Be that as it may, it was a big catch from Patrick Mahomes near midfield. He hits a streaking Justin Watson as he was cutting from the right to the left side, makes the catch in between the hash marks, takes it down to the 8-yard line. What can you say before we get to the touchdown catch to Jody Fortson? And if you want to expand on both touchdown catches with the Chiefs' number one offense, what did you take away from the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes, not only in the first drive, but the first drive of Patrick Mahomes altogether in preseason in both games?
You know, we're living in uncertain times in the post-Tyreek Hill era, if you will. And really what we've seen through three drives now for the Chiefs' first-team offense in preseason is they're really picking up where they left off without Tyreek.
Right.
Today, the Chiefs, their passing offense, they had no running game to speak of. And they went up and down the field. Patrick looked like Patrick, throwing passes back across his body to the other side of the field. And the fact that he's doing this with, Patrick did not have Juju Smith-Schuster today, did not have Mecole Hardman, and didn't miss them, quite frankly. He was throwing, he was ad-libbing to Noah Gray, he was ad-libbing to Justin Watson, and he was throwing touchdowns to Jody Fortson. Really what we've seen from the offense so far is that Patrick is going to be Patrick no matter who's on the field. So, when the Chiefs traded Tyreek Hill, it really feels like they made the decision that they had reached a point of diminishing returns with Tyreek Hill, that they had really accomplished as much as they could running that style of offense with that kind of receiver. And they've shifted gears now, and I think what you're going to see now, based on the success they've had in preseason and what we know about Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, I think you're going to see a different style of offense that is at times just as explosive as it used to be. And I think we're going to see teams had caught up to the Chiefs the way they were. They're not going to be ready for the way the offense is now. And it really looks like Justin Watson and Jody Fortson are going to be a big part of that.
Wow, I agree 100%. Great breakdown. And, I appreciate you expanding on that Tyreek Hill situation. People know that Clay and I were part of the Cheetah Challenge and everything. What Tyreek Hill brought to Kansas City will live forever. When he does eventually go into the Hall of Fame, he will go in as a Kansas City Chief. But we're not talking past, we're talking future, baby. All right, you got an explosive Red Tribe Cinema product that you are going to deliver worldwide to the masses next weekend. Can you let the Shaggy Shane viewers know what's coming up with this Red Tribe Cinema special next week, Clay?
Yeah, like I said, we're living in uncertain times, so we need all the hype that we can muster.
Yeah!
So we have a little season preview trailer coming out. And if you enjoyed last year, a little movie came out called Dune, and it had some really fun, exciting trailers that came. So we used one of the Dune trailers, and we put our Chiefs spin on the Dune trailer, and I think people are really going to like it. The only other thing I'll say about it is the tagline is Beyond LIV, as in Super Bowl LIV. Beyond LIV, destiny awaits.
Yeah! I can't wait, baby!
So look for that. Well, why don't you tell the viewers when to look for that?
You can look for that. I'd say next Friday, next Red Friday, unless you got another time you want to premiere that bad boy.
It'll be either Red Friday or the Saturday after that It'll be after the third preseason game is done.
Oh, well, that'll be Thursday night. So stay up late Thursday night, because you never know what this guy's mind can be doing after midnight. But we're going to plan on Red Friday. I know Clay will try to deliver it on Red Friday. Everybody knows and loves Red Tribe Cinema. That is the genius from Red Tribe Cinema, Clay Wendler. I will be right back with Lance Twidwell from The Spoken.
They fake the blitz. Wentz is going to step up. He's in trouble. And he'll go down. A sack for the Chiefs.
There he is, Karlaftis.
The rookie out of Purdue gets his second sack of the preseason.
We are back with Lance Twidwell of The Spoken. Lance, you and I, along with Clay Wendler, were at a training camp 3 weeks ago. We saw a lot of things that were different from previous visits to training camp. Now that we have seen the Kansas City Chiefs in 2 preseason games, really come out and the starters really excel on both sides of the football. What did you come away with most? What has been from what we saw at training camp 3 weeks ago today and what you've seen from the starting in the first and second string, what did you take away that you think this Chiefs team can really benefit from before we're at Arizona in 3 weeks?
It's exactly what I know that you and I have gone round and round about, Shane, when it comes to the lack of relevance that preseason football has for guys that I think are already mentally, emotionally, and physically prepared for what is about to take place this season. We know that these guys have been through this now for 4 straight seasons where they have hosted AFC championship after AFC championship. This team knows what to do, and they know what it does, what it takes to get business done and get business accomplished. Andy Reid, it all starts with him. And I said this when we went to training camp at your last video about how although there's so many new faces and everything is in flux here in Kansas City, there's a new era arising in Kansas City, there's one constant, and it's been Andy Reid for the last decade. And it's because of the fact of him being here that there's a calm presence. And you've sensed that in these first 2 preseason games as well. No matter who's on the field, no matter what rotation on either side of the ball, you know there's one thing in place that keeps everybody at peace, and it is Andy Reid leading the way. And that is what I've sensed the most in all of this is the coaching staff, quite frankly, not just Andy Reid, but his staff. There are 3 to 4 head coaches on his staff alone, and they are all in unison together with one goal in mind. And you see it, you feel it as a Chiefs fan and someone who just observes this team from any angle you look at it.
I look at it like this. This is the 3rd era of Andy Reid and Chiefs as being the Kansas City Chiefs head coach. And to me personally, this is the most important era of Kansas City Chiefs head coaching. Now people might be saying, hold on, Shaggy. When he took over for Romeo Crennel was pretty important, and when he took Patrick Mahomes, that was pretty damn important. You know what? I agree with that sentiment as well. But as Lance just mentioned, they are in flux. There's so many new pieces. Brett Veach keeps trading to get second-round draft picks. He got this guy with 2 second-round draft picks. He has Sky Moore and the Dirty Cookie, Brian Cook, in this year's second-round draft pick. What can you say about this youth, Lance, that I feel is so important for Andy Reid and why I feel this era, 2022, is the most important of Andy Reid? What do you think about these kids, especially on the defensive side of the ball?
In a weird way, it's actually been a blessing in disguise for the Chiefs moving forward in this season in particular because of the fact that we know that they're, again, not to re-emphasize what I said, but I'm going to re-emphasize what I said. There's been so much influx. And the biggest move by far was losing Tyreek Hill. And that was a price the Chiefs are going to have to pay by losing the dynamic, game-breaking, home run-hitting type of style of offense we're accustomed to in Kansas City with Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill's connection. But with that comes a blessing. The Chiefs got significantly more athletically and physically gifted on the defensive side, which is the most important thing because we know that the only 2 times that Patrick Mahomes was at a top 10 defense, what'd they do? They went to the Super Bowl. And if it wasn't for a depleted offensive line, Patrick Mahomes would have been a back-to-back Super Bowl champion and more than likely an MVP back-to-back years. So that is what I'm focusing on. There's so many moves that the AFC and the AFC West in particular have made around the Chiefs, but for some reason the focus has not been on these young guys the Chiefs have added. And I think this will be a reminder for the rest of the league, as we were talking throughout all of today's game against the Commanders, that so many people are focused on these veterans that the Bills and the Chargers and the Broncos and the Raiders are spending exorbitant amounts of money on.
Right.
The Chiefs went out there and cheapened it, got great value from these guys in the draft, and they are going to pay dividends early and often for this team this year because they know what the goal is in mind. Again, they're walking into a situation where it's not a rebuild, it's a retooling, it's a reloading. And so I think that people are going to start to realize this as this season goes on and going, oh my God, that Brian Cook kid is the truth. Oh my God, this Nick Bolton guy went from 1 year leading the rookie in tackles, now he's one of the league leaders in tackles. Things like that you're going to start hearing about, and that's only going to benefit Patrick Mahomes getting back to the Super Bowl.
Excellent, excellent. And like I said, we were talking, and what we're going to have fun with dissecting, not just Shaggy Shane, but the world with Mecole Hardman going into his last year of his contract. We didn't see him today, of course, because he's got a groin, and we didn't see Juju Smith-Schuster. It's going to be fun to see how that plays out, because Juju's only on a one-year deal. Mecole Hardman's going into his last year of his contract. I know that you'll expand on that probably on your show, but it's going to be fun to watch. Please tell my viewers what's coming on with Lance Twidwell tomorrow on The Spoken.
Yeah, so we're going to break all this down again. We're going to really emphasize the fact that although I don't believe this team needs preseason, the fact that they're putting on a display out there, you're seeing the poise, you're seeing the calm, you're seeing the efficiency from both the first-string offense and the first-string defense, how effective and how much athleticism is being put on display. The Chiefs did lose their dynamic home run hitting receiver. Let's all address that. But this team got significantly better at wide receiver this year. They are deep, 1 through 5, maybe even 1 through 6. And Patrick Mahomes is going to utilize these guys. I mean, imagine being a Commanders fan today, watching Patrick Mahomes out there dominating their defense with a bunch of white guys. That's got to be deflating. So I'm telling you guys, it's literally. I know people hate the comparisons of the Patriots. We want sustained success here. You see the blueprint. Brett v. Andy Reid get that, and Patrick Mahomes is the one that's leading the way and pioneering it out there, guys. And I'm telling you right now, you're going to see this team be deeper at the skill positions that we have not seen since 2018. And something Clay Wendler said today, I want to give him credit on that he didn't mention before, is the fact there is a beauty. The beauty of the unknown is going to be on full swing this year, like it was in 2018. We had no idea what the hell was going to hit the NFL, and then Patrick Mahomes goes out there with an historic 5,000-yard, 50-touchdown season. That's what this is going to be a lot like, guys. I hope you're prepared for that, because there's a lot of unknown, and that favors the Chiefs, because everyone anticipates one thing, and another thing hits them, and then all of a sudden the Chiefs are back at top of the mountain.
Amen. That is Lance Twidwell of The Spoken. My game ball today in this preseason game goes to Justin Watson. In my opinion, Justin Watson is the replacement for Byron Pringle. He stepped in, he stepped up, he stepped out, and he continues to shine. Way to go, Justin Watson. Until next Thursday night, breaking down the Chiefs and the Packers. I don't think anybody important is going to play that game but a bunch of backups. But I will be breaking it down Thursday night anyway. For Clay Wendler of Red Tribe Cinema and Lance Twidwell of The Spoken, I shall see you next Thursday night. Until then, go Chiefs.
There's something happening to me. There's something awakening in my mind. I can't control it.
What did you see?
There's a crusade coming.
Do you often dream things that happen just as you dreamed them?
Yes.
Whoa! I can't wait! Check it out Friday on Red Tribe Cinema on Facebook and YouTube for the ultimate premiere. It looks epic, baby! Until next Thursday night, this is Shaggy Shane saying, go Chiefs.